Hi, in this video I'm going to show you 3 different methods for creating random strings in Python. I'm going to show you 3 libraries that come out of the box with it, so you don't have to install anything else. For the first one, let's say you have a web page, and the users can upload images of cats, and you have a bunch of images that are named cat. If you have to save those files, they have to have different names because you can't have like a bunch of files with the same name. So for that specific example, Python has already a library for that. It's called UUID. I'm going to show you how to use it. You do import UUID and you call it UUID.UUID4, okay? And you have a class of UUID. You can just convert it to a string, and there is your random string. You can now name your files, for example, like this, PNG, for example. If you want your UUID to be smaller or your random string to be smaller, you can truncate your string. Okay, you can do it like this, the first 10, and you have a random string. This is really simple, really fast, comes out of the box, and you don't have to write any extra code. So really nice. But let's say, for example, you actually need random integers or random strings, really big ones, or you want to decide the substrings that are in them. For that, Python has the random library. We're going to do first the random integers. So let's do from random randint. And here this function takes a small value and a big one, and it will give you a result in between of those two. So if we do this between 20 and 45, we're gonna be getting random values between those two. If you want, for example, your random integer to be 4 digits of length, well, you can do 1000 and 9999. And as you can see, you have your random integers. Okay, that's really nice, but let's say you need strings and you want to specify the substrings that your random string is made of. For that, we have the choice function. So from random, import choice. And choice is really simple. Let's say we do choice of A, B, C, D, and it gives D. Every time you call it, it will give you a different one. So you can see the examples. And it's really easy to make a bigger string from that. We will do it first the not so beautiful way. So we're gonna have a new string that's going to be empty. We're gonna have substrings. That's going to be A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, for example, okay? Now we can just make a simple loop and populate our string. So if we do for something in a range of 10, this will loop 10 times. We can have our new string plus a choice at random or of our substrings. And my computer just hung a bit. Okay, so this is our new string. It's completely random. We can make a function out of it, but this for loop is not so beautiful. So we're going to make it in one line. This is really common in Python. We're gonna have an empty string. We're going to use join, okay? Inside of here, we're gonna pass our choice of substrings. We're gonna make it in the for loop. So we're gonna be for something in range 10. I think this one is called the list comprehension. And we have our random string. As you can see, it prints something completely different every time. We can change here the range, so maybe 20. That's nice, but we don't want to be specifying all the time something is A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. That's a bit tedious. So Python has the string library, and if we check what's inside, we can see, for example, letters, lowercase, uppercase, let's say, for example, letters, and it gives all the uppercase and all the lowercase. And if we do it like this, string that numbers, I think it is, digits, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 9. So we can use this in our function. We can use it here. Instead of substrings, we can use string.ASCII letters plus string.digits. And we have a random string every time different. Or you can even use my favorite one, which is string.printable, and you have something with everything that Python can print, okay? If you want to make a simple function and you want to be able to call it from anywhere in your code, you can create random string function that's going to take some length. It's going to be an integer, and you're going to return a string. And we're just going to return that. Return string with join of the choice of string dot printable for something in, as we learned before, range. So here we pass the length of our function. So length, and now we have a function, and if we call it random string of 10, it gives us something random. So we can do 100, we can do 1,000, you can do it as long as you can do whatever you want, okay? So that's really nice. You have the UUID, you don't have to write any code, or you can do this join list comprehension thing and have a 2-line function. But what's recommended, for example, if you want to create something like passwords or API keys, is using the Python secrets library. It's another one that comes out of the box, so you don't have to install anything, you just import it, import secrets, and it has like just a few functions, but they are really nice. So we're gonna see the ones that are here. We're going to use this one. As you can see, if we type it again, when I hover to a function, it's telling me the type of argument that it's taking, and URL safe, it's taking the n bytes type, okay? We're going to pass it an integer, but it's going to treat it as the length in bytes. So if we give it nothing, it just returns a secure random string. But if we give it a length, it gives whatever length you pass it in bytes. So let's say, for example, 200. and here we are. So this one is the one you should use if you're doing, for example, in the Python docs they say single URLs if you forgot your password or generating some kind of password for your users, you should use this library. So this has been all, and in the video description is going to be a blog post with all the code and the examples, so you can just copy paste it or read it again more slowly. So that's all. See you on the next one.